How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Wire, where each week we take a look at different mechanics and features in Terraria and see how they can be used to best benefit your game. Now, if you can't tell by our lovely little love heart here, we're going to be looking at health and regeneration this week, and the best ways that you can get the most out of your armor and accessories, and what's best to use when you're making a boss arena. So let's get started. Okay, so if we look inside this chest here, I've collected all the different items that provide regeneration in Terraria. From the campfire, all the way up to things like celestial stones, armor sets, heart lanterns, potions, all this different stuff. And what we're actually going to do is test each one from when you first respawn. So when you die, your character respawns with 100 health. We've got my character Jaina here from my mage playthrough, who's volunteered to be repeatedly killed and resurrected over and over. Very nice of you, Jaina. Thanks for that. So let's get started with our first test, which is how long it actually takes to regenerate from 100 HP with no regeneration whatsoever. Let's go to the Chamber of Pain. And I have prepared a little death center here, complete with a respawn point. So what Jaina's about to do in a moment is go for a little paddle in the lava, die, and respawn, and we're going to see how quickly she can regenerate. As you can see, there's no regeneration buffs, and she has no accessories or armor. So this is probably going to hurt. Sorry, Jaina. Okay, so for all these tests, the time will start as soon as the character respawns, and basically I'll time it. Now, for all the tests, I'm going to be standing still because characters regenerate faster when they are not moving. And basically, so timer's on. So basically what we'll be able to see is how quickly the different items influence regeneration. So for the next test, we'll throw a heart lantern in and do the same test and see how much quicker it is. You would hope it's quicker. So we'll test each one individually, and don't worry, I'm going to super speed this up. You guys aren't going to have to sit here for like a minute at a time and just watch the health slowly creep up. I'm just explaining what we're going to do, and then we'll make a bit of a recommendation as to the best combination you can possibly have. Alright, so stay tuned and let's do some science by killing a Terraria character. I'm so sorry, Jaina. Okay guys, so we've tested all the items and I've ranked them in order of their speed at regenerating. Out in clear lead at the moment is the honey bucket, which regenerated almost a whole 30 seconds faster just by itself. So just standing in honey got us to regen in about 56 seconds from 100 hit points, so it's amazing. In second place, these items were okay. They shaved about 11 seconds off the regen time, which is decent, and if you were in the middle of a fight, that'd probably get reduced quite a bit, but it's still better than nothing. And in the last place, the campfire was average, or below average. It only shaved off about 8 seconds off the healing time, and the Charm of Myths and the Band of Regen were only 6 seconds faster. What we're going to test for now, guys, is a concept called diminishing returns. And they put it in games for balance. And for example, say these all regenerated 10 hit points a second each, and you put them all on at the same time, you'd be regenerating, 100 hit points a second and be nearly invincible. So what they do is when you put several regeneration items on or damage items, they actually code it into the game sometimes where they're less effective when you've got multiple instances of them. So I'm going to put several of them on at the same time and see if there's actually diminishing returns. And the reason for that, guys, is if you're not getting as much benefit out of putting more regen on, there's probably not any point wearing it all. So we're going to test it now and see how we go. Okay guys, so I just got finished testing all the accessories and regen sources at the same time, and we got a time of 30 seconds, which is very good. However, I calculated them all together from their separate times, and we should have regened 90 seconds quicker, which is instant regen based on our first test. Basically what I want to do now is just test the free sources of regen, which are the honey, heart lantern and campfire, because if you equip all this gear in the hopes of getting extra regen and you're only getting a couple of seconds extra speed out of it, it may actually not be worth using things like the celestial stone at all. Okay guys, the results are in. So by removing all of these items, these 4 accessories and 1 potion, we only regenerated 16 seconds slower than when we had all this stuff on. So when we had all this, plus the honey, heart lantern, campfire, it was 30 seconds to regen. When we took all this off, it was 46 seconds. So I'm thinking that's not too bad. Okay guys, that was really fun having a look at the different types of regen in the game. And I was actually really interested to find that some of the items that I always am desperate for to get in Terraria, I've actually realized they're perhaps not as useful and there might be better accessories to equip. So what I've done is I've actually ranked how I feel the available regenerative items are according to how easy they are to get versus how much of your equipment slots they take up. So in my first place are the honey, heart and campfire, simply because they're just, they're free, they don't have to be equipped on your character, and they can just be set up in an arena and act passively. One thing I wanted to show with honey quickly is that you can actually make honey runways. So I'll just set one up to show you what I mean. Honey runway is something I recently used in my Let's Play series. And basically it's just a 1 high block that you can run through while you're fighting a boss, and it'll trigger the honey buff on you. And it doesn't seem to slow you down barely at all. And I was using this fighting Duke Fishron because it's one of those bosses that you can't afford to jump into a honey bath and just stand for a moment because you'd be dead. But if you can quickly zoom through it, it's a really great strategy. So basically it's just 2 blocks, and all you do is just make a little, looks like a little ramp sort of thing. So your character goes up and in, up and out. So yeah, really effective, especially considering we've discovered how amazing honey is. Okay, coming in at my second rank are the Celestial Stone, Charm of Mist and the Regen Potion, and all for very different reasons. They do add a significant boost to your regen. The Celestial Stone adds a lot of different buffs too. It adds about 10% damage and melee speed. You can dig faster. Your minions get a bit of knockback. So there's a lot of benefits to wearing that. So I wouldn't mind, if I was going to put an accessory on, it'd probably be that. If you have trouble dodging, the Charm of Mist provides okay-ish regen, but it does shave 15 seconds off your potion time. And if you're doing something like the Frost Moon, you might want one of those, especially if you're playing like a glass cannon build, like a ranger. And the Regen Potion, I put that there because if you don't have the other 2 accessories, it's not like it takes much to just use a potion, and the ingredients are really common. Okay guys, time for some shout outs as always. We've got Quinn Mackenzie Foster has asked me to say, would the woodchuck... I messed it up already. Would the woodchuck chuck the wood? If so, how far would the woodchuck chuck the wood? Oh, I was supposed to say that in an epic voice. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, would the woodchuck chuck the wood? If so, would the woodchuck no. I have enough trouble doing tongue twisters as it is, let alone trying to do a voice while we're doing it. Okay, we've got Jed Texan has asked me to say, oh, in a weird voice. Okay, alright.
Oh gosh, look up in the sky. It's a giant flying sheep. Oh, yo.
Okay, that hurt my throat a bit. Johan Wiyaya has asked me to say, can you can a can as a can a can a can? Oh, almost got that one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Blackout Games has done a movie reference, and if anyone's seen Taken, they'll know what this is. And I am a summoner with a very particular set of cookies, and I will find you, and I will eat them. Love it, love it. Oh my gosh, I love the movie it comes from. So cool. Alright, let's just play. Has asked me to say, shout out to oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies in the house. Nice one. Oatmeal cookies are pretty good. And let's see. We've got... I just had a singing one and I don't feel ready to sing today, so I might do it next time. We've got Jasper Death Turkey Showfield has asked me to say, if a cookie could talk, it would eat me. Oh my gosh, I thought a cookie would just be happy to have a chat. Hey, but who knows? Alright guys, leave those likes, leave those comments, keep subscribing, and yeah, you know, next Arena episode is coming out tomorrow, and we will be voting for what you want to see in the next Let's Play. We're doing a mini Let's Play before 1.3 comes out. It's going to be fantastic. I am so looking forward to it. So, you guys, stay happy. It's HappyDays signing out. Can't wait to hang out with you again. See ya! And you can see that the Ice Golem's doing a bit of a dance here to his rave disco tunes, and his fireworks are going everywhere here, and he's having a great time.